Yeah, I feel like my tongue is swelling up.
Yep. Hi, everybody. I'm Zach Riddle. Welcome to Searing Scovilles. It's a talk where we burn our mouths while we burn through hot questions, but hopefully don't burn bridges along the way. My second guest is Dr. Danny Horns. He's the Dean for College of Science. He's been here since '97. Yes. Been to a lot of UC schools. I know that. I figured that out. Danny, welcome to the show. What's your experience with spicy food?
My experience with spicy food, I'm a spice curious. I'm not spicy every meal, but I keep a bottle of Tapatio on hand for use 4 or 5 times a week. That's about as spicy as I typically go.
That's a good adjective. I haven't heard spice curious.
Yeah.
I like it, spice curious. I say you brought your limes today.
I brought my limes. I read that acid eases the pain.
I don't know if anything eases the pain, but here we go. Let's get started. Let's do wing number 1. We got Valentina's Black Label. So that'll be top left for you.
And Valentina's, I'm okay with. My son, who as a child said 7-Up was too spicy, that's his sauce of choice now. So I think I can handle that.
7-Up too spicy.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Cheers. You ready? Let's do it. So my first question is, especially for students that are here, when they see that you're a dean, can you tell them what does a dean do? What is your day-to-day? What is your role here?
Yeah, day-to-day, it's a lot of meetings. But what I like to see my role as is providing resources for the amazing faculty of the College of Science. The people who are teaching here are so good and want to do so much to help their students succeed. And so I see my role is trying to get them the resources they need to do that.
Very good. How did that one feel, by the way?
It's nice. It's good mellow burn.
Okay. All right.
I do note that during the inaugural session of Searing Scovilles, you allowed the guests to dip themselves. And here I have saturated chicken.
Pre-sauced.
They were pre-sauced before.
Oh, they were. Oh, and you were just adding to it. Okay, sure.
Okay. Well, I think we can go on to question number 2, where we're going to bring in Chipotle Tabasco.
Mm-hmm.
So let's do it first. Scoville level 2000. Not too bad. Not too bad. Or maybe really bad. Just depends. So I saw somewhere, I read somewhere that you actually taught a semester at sea, like a geology course on the ship for months or something like that. Can you tell me more about that? What was that experience like, and anything else that you've done like that?
Yeah, so Semester at Sea is a ship-based university program. The classes technically transfer as University of Virginia courses, though it's a standalone program. For any students here, look into getting onto Semester at Sea. Faculty members look onto getting a gig on Semester at Sea. During the school year, they do 16-week semesters. And during those 16 weeks, they will say go back and forth across the Atlantic or circle the entire globe. I did a summer term where we went from Canada through the Mediterranean to the Black Sea and then back to Virginia. And I taught oceanography on the ocean and geology.
That's pretty awesome. Was there anything else that you found like that? Any similar like other programs that get us out there like that?
For a lot of the people in the College of Science, we are always getting out there and doing the natural sciences, biologists and geologists.
Yeah, very cool. So if you're ready for number 3, El Yucateco. This is out of Mexico. So we're at 5,500 Scovilles right now. Ready to go?
Sure.
Number 3. Feeling okay?
Feeling good.
We can do it.
For now. It has a distinct habanero flavor.
Yeah, that's in my nose.
Has
it's
habanero?
already in my nose.
It is habanero.
I think I put a lot on that one. We're good. We're good. So, if I remember right, you're a big skier. I remember even during my interview, when I was thinking it over, you kept sending me pictures of you skiing to be like, you should come to Utah. So can you tell me some good ski stories? What's your favorite slopes? How'd you get into skiing? Those kind of things.
I got into skiing. My father spent his entire life until age 80 skiing. He never learned how to do it, but he took us kids all the time, and I just loved it. In fact, when I graduated high school, I considered for a short time not pursuing a college degree and instead being a ski bum. I moved to a ski resort in the east side of the Sierra Nevada, and after 2 weeks, it got kind of boring, and I thought, wow, I love skiing, but I think there's more to life than
Not
this.
every day.
Yeah, anyway, but it's what I do every weekend, all winter long, and
That often?
oh yeah.
Oh, cool. Where do you usually go?
Everywhere. I get a multi-resort pass, and yeah, Alta, Snowbird, Deer Valley, Solitude, Brighton, and this year I've got Snow Basin. But yeah, I've been all over the U.S., a little bit of Europe, New Zealand.
To ski?
Yeah.
Very cool. The first time I ever went skiing, I went with my wife's grandfather on the lift, and he was like pushing 80. And I didn't know what he could do. I didn't know anything about skiing. And he just jumped down a black diamond for the first, and I was like, what? He was just talking to me about being old. And then he just like, and then he just went down the thing, and I'm like, okay. Yeah, so my first experience was the bunny hill, but whatever. All right, are we ready for number 4?
Sure. Starting to
easing
feel
our
a
way.
little burn on the tongue.
Yeah. What are we drinking? Water?
That's just water.
Coffee? Okay, water. Number 4 is a Heartbeat Pineapple Habanero. So it's another habanero-based one. This was Alan's favorite, I believe. 12,000 Scovilles, more than 1,200. Let's do it. Yeah, I'm gonna get a little extra on there. All right. That's a good one, right?
The vapors are burning the back of my throat.
That one's got a little sweetness. So when you originally, like mainly in the faculty role, and then moved your way up into kind of administration, like you said, what were some of the biggest surprises or biggest challenges that you found along that way? Maybe things you expected, maybe things you didn't expect.
The one thing I didn't expect moving into administration, and the higher up I've gone in administration, the less control I have over my schedule. So that I have literally half of every week scheduled for me now, when other than class time, as a faculty member, you determine what your week is. And even you should have some input on when your classes are. But for me, yeah, I'm a slave to whoever is making the meetings.
Yes, he's pointing. So what's been one of the more positive aspects that you've gotten from that role?
So I'll jump back to why I decided to go administration in the first place, and that was my background is a broad swath of different types of geology and geophysics, which was good. I was the first person hired at then UVSC with a PhD in geology. And so as the first full-time geologist here, it made sense to have somebody with a broad background. As our university matured and we developed degree programs, I saw that we needed people with more focused technical expertise, and that wasn't me. But I always liked working with people. So I thought I'll get out of the way of the people who have the technical expertise and just follow my desire to work with people.
That actually segues really well into the 5th question. This one's out of Florida, hotter than L, ghost sauce. Ready? That one it's very salsa-y. Maybe scoop some if you want on that one. I'm gonna get a little extra from my cup here.
Yeah,
kind of tends to fall off a little bit.
I'm not gonna get a little
Okay,
extra.
all right, we're done. You know, that one's not hot in my mouth. It's more hot in my throat.
Yeah, it's really not hot on the mouth. And I just want to make it clear that crying sound was coming from back there. It wasn't me.
I see a few wateries right there. That one's come up a few times on the show that shall not be named. People tend to like it. And it's a very different kind of sauce. Like the consistency is very different. Like you could use that for chips and dip kind of thing. Okay. So the segue was, so what kind of research have you been a part of, even if you're not able to do as much research now? What has been like some of your biggest projects that you've worked on from a geologist perspective?
Once my first job out of my PhD was actually working for an engineering company. At that company, I learned how to dig a trench across an earthquake fault and determine when was the last time that fault produced an earthquake. And so that was the line of research I pursued once I came to UVSC. I did a bunch of fault trenches across various parts of the Wasatch Fault just to better determine the history of earthquakes on the Wasatch Fault, to better nail down what the hazard is moving forward and help engineers design buildings to withstand the earthquakes. That was all cool, but the coolest project I ever got involved with research-wise, a guy at BYU who's also concerned with earthquake hazards, he had never done this work trying to figure out the timing of prehistoric earthquakes, and he got funding to study prehistoric tsunamis in Indonesia. And so he came to me saying, since he had no experience working with analyzing soil layers looking for prehistoric events, would I be interested in going to Indonesia? So I said, absolutely. So we spent 4.5 weeks traveling the south shore of the island of Java looking for evidence of prehistoric tsunamis.
How long ago was this?
I was in 2016.
Oh, cool.
And never found anything that I thought was evidence of a prehistoric tsunami.
But you still got to go to Indonesia.
But I still got to go to Indonesia. And a different element, and let me give a plug for other people at UVU, we also invited along Sarah Hall in our Department of Public Health, because her focus is health education. She designed a tsunami awareness education campaign that has a potential to save thousands of lives. Because the people who live in that area, which is prone to tsunamis, they didn't know when they should evacuate. And she helped design this education program to help people know when they should follow the marked evacuation routes.
That's awesome. I love that. Now, I would like to note that you have not used a single line yet, and we've gone.
Oh no, I've done a couple. So it's going better than I had feared.
I missed that. My bad.
Yeah.
So this next piece, we call it Picture This. It's our turn to look around. I can ask people, look on the internet, whatever I can find some pictures and ask you to give some better context for those pictures. Is that cool?
Sure.
Good plan. Nothing inappropriate. We're okay. Yeah. All right.
I do know if you just Googled Daniel Horns and look for images, I don't know if that's where you're going with this.
There's a lot of you looking happy, but
there's a lot of Daniel Radcliffe from the movie Horns.
That makes sense. Did you show up? Yeah. Okay. So here's if you can't see, I brought a printed one too. Here's the first picture that I wanted to where are you? Who are you with? What's going on in this picture?
Yeah. So that's.
Oh, we need to eat the wing. Oh my gosh, we forgot the wing.
Yeah. So it's number 6, which is
bravado. This is the black garlic and Carolina Reaper, which makes it sound more intriguing, I think. Ready to go?
Sure.
Let's do it. You got it? Bravado. I like Bravado a lot. It's from Texas, which is where I'm from. Houston does a lot of hot sauce stuff.
Anyway, going back to the photo there, now that's burning my mouth. It's got a good burn all around the mouth.
Yep. All encompassing.
So this is a family trip. Just before I met my wife, that's my wife in the green tank top in front, I met her within a month after returning from my first international trip, and that's when I went to New Zealand to go skiing. She thought she was marrying an international traveler. What I didn't tell her was on that trip, we had an event of extreme turbulence in the air. So I found myself 16 hours from home with the sudden fear of flying. She thought she was marrying an international traveler, and I refused to get in an airplane.
How long did it take to get over that, or have you gotten over that?
So I have not gotten over it, except for with the help of Xanax. So I still have a fear of flying, but my wife finally, after years of road trips, put her foot down and she said, I married a traveler and we're going to travel. So as a family, we like to travel a lot. So anyway, that's in the country. Wow, I'm going to get a little lime here. That's in the country of Montenegro. And this gets back to semester at sea. So when I was on semester at sea, one of the places we stopped was in the city of Dubrovnik in southern Croatia. And we're pulling into southern Croatia just after sunrise, I always get up early. I got up before sunrise and went up onto the deck of the ship and looked to the east where the sun was rising and saw these incredible mountains rising 3,000 feet straight out of the Adriatic Sea. And it turns out that was the country of Montenegro, which is just south of Croatia. And I thought, that place looks beautiful. I want to come back here sometime. So eventually, on a family trip, we went to Montenegro. And so that's to my left in the photograph. First, my son Lucas, and then my son Joshua. And so we're up on the top of this mountain above what's called the Bay of Kotor in Montenegro. We're going to put all of this in some sort of reference that some people might get. So if you drive across the border in Croatia here, you get to the city of Dubrovnik, and that's King's Landing in Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Very cool.
Montenegro on a day hike, which kicked my
Yeah, that's what I was
rear
thinking. It's
end.
pretty high up.
Yeah. So there was almost 3,000 feet of climbing that day, and I was suffering low blood sugar. Luckily, we ended up at a nice restaurant.
So you're okay.
Yeah.
Here's another for you. I hear that this picture is one of your favorites that never gets to be used.
Yeah.
So I thought I'd give you the opportunity to talk about
I
it.
tried to make that my official profile picture.
They wouldn't do it?
My UVU profile picture. But no, that didn't meet the UVU profile photo criteria. And that was actually skiing in Austria and skiing down this kind of gentle run that went past the remnants of an old glacier that's now receding because of warming. Anyway, it was my first time skiing past visible glacial ice. So that's, I don't know, a couple thousand-year-old, maybe 5,000-year-old ice there. And I thought I need to get a selfie with some glacial ice.
For
This
sure.
is my first time skiing
For sure. Who doesn't?
by glacial ice.
Now, this was kind of like two pictures like that I think are unrelated, but I assume you're wearing sandals on the right, and you're still wearing sandals on the left.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to give me some context on this situation.
Okay. So yeah, on the left, it's actually getting back to my enthusiasm for skiing. That's me doing some late spring sandal skiing there on a little snow field. I forget where that one is. It's a pretty low angle slope. And on the right is Death Valley. That's in the dune field there. I'm forgetting the name of the dune field. Stovepipe Wells, near Stovepipe Wells. Death Valley is an amazing place. Everyone should go visit Death Valley.
So this last one was a pretty awesome picture. I think it would belong in, if you're on Reddit, old school cool. This is an old school cool picture to me. Danny's on the left there.
That's me on the left.
Yeah,
and my brother taking a bite of his sandwich there next to me.
When is this? Where is this? What are you guys doing? What's going on?
We were both motocross riders. I was pretty young. I had a small bike. It was a Honda 75, SR75. I forget what the letters were. Anyway, my brother raced a 125, and it's a place called Indian Dunes, just north of LA, near Calabasas.
These are, I love these boots.
Yeah. Wearing the high leather
Those are
motocross
awesome.
boots.
I love them.
I had a different hairstylist at that point.
Okay, so I'm ready for number 7 if you are.
Sure.
This one's out of Australia. This is the 13 Angry Scorpions. Jekyll and
I think
Hyde.
Lakshmi might be able to handle anything we have to offer here.
Let's do it.
Oh dear, 100,000.
This one's got a bit of a, if I remember right, a bit of a barbecue flavor to it.
And it's a thick coating, I'll point out.
No problem.
No problem for you.
Yeah, I put a lot of sauce on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good.
Barbecue-y, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It started out sweet. Now, this is like a really sneaky one. It's somehow made its way around to the back of my tongue. It's attacking from behind.
Jekyll and Hyde aspect,
Yeah.
right? Sweet and then not so much. So you brought it up a second ago, and I wanted to ask, like, originally you were into engineering, originally.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what got you into engineering? What took you away from engineering? We'll start there, yeah.
Oh, you mean work-wise?
Right. Like, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'll go back a little bit. Even further, I transferred after I decided being a ski bum wasn't for me. I transferred from junior college to UCLA, where I wanted to study engineering. But I was taking this one geology class that was required for some of the engineering degrees, and of course for all the earth science degrees. And I looked at the two groups of people, the engineering students and the geology students. Wow, I just had a, anyway. I decided that the geology students were more fun to hang out with than the engineering students.
I see.
And in fact, speaking of skiing, on the ski team there, we had 15 men on the ski team. Of those 15, 3 of us were in the earth science department, which was a tiny department, which just showed that, oh yeah, geologists like doing stuff outdoors. So I thought it was for me. And when after I finished my PhD, then I went to work for an engineering company doing geologic hazards assessment and water resource work and such. And I actually ended up really liking it, despite working with engineers. Everyone was really good. But when I first moved to Utah out of my PhD, before I started working, for that engineering company, I taught adjunct at Utah Valley Community College. And while teaching here, I got to know Paul Bybee, professor of biology. I left, I was working full-time at this engineering company. I really liked the work and didn't have any plans to change. But one day, out of the blue, in 1997, Bybee called me up. I don't know how he even knew where I was. And this is, pre-Google search days. He called me up at the engineering company and said, hey, we got a job for a geologist here down at UVSC. You got to apply. So that's why I ended up leaving the engineering company. Because Bybee made that phone call.
One phone call, yeah.
And I should say, going back a little bit, part of the motivation was, at that time, my wife also worked at that same engineering company. She was far more skilled than I was and was actually the office boss. Anyway, so we both worked full-time at this engineering company. And so our kids were in full-time daycare. And just a few weeks before that phone call from Bybee, my older son said, how come all my friends get to go home, stay home every summer, and I still have to go to school? Because that's what we call daycare. So I thought, it would be nice if my kids got summers off and spend more time with them. And so I was already thinking maybe I should do something that allows more time with the kids. And then Bybee made that call. So
very cool.
Worked out.
You all right?
Yeah. I'm going to lean away from the microphone.
Now that you're fully immersed as a geologist, what sets a geologist apart from other science fields, other scientists?
A lot of there's one thing that's different about geology is it allows you to take whatever other science you like best and apply it to studying the earth. So whether you're big into biology, chemistry, physics, math, computer programming, they all have applications to geology. And as a geologist, you have to focus in one or more of those things. So it can be seen as applied biology if you're working in paleontology. It's applied math if you're working in computer modeling of geologic things. It's applied physics. It's applied chemistry. And it lets you get outside a lot.
This is interesting because this segues pretty nicely into the next one. Are you ready for the next one?
Sure.
This is Dave's Gourmet Insanity sauce. Dave's makes a lot of sauces. A lot of them are on the intense side. So we're at 100. As opposed
to what we've already had.
Yeah, we're at 180,000, and I feel like it's more than that. They make it in Costa Rica. They shipped it to California, and they have different batches that come around the world. So let's do number 8. Let's do it. Oh gosh.
Glad to see you sweating also.
Well, this one, I've had experience with this one, okay? Here we go. Let's do it. I'll put a lot on that one again, too. It's all going to be okay. Okay, good.
Again, the sides of the tongue getting into the upper throat.
This one doesn't really taste like much to me, except just burning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got the sweat going.
Yeah. How are those limes? Are they good?
I think they help.
Yeah? Sauces hit everyone different.
Wow. That's the hardest yet by far.
Yeah, you're doing good though. You're doing good.
Still pain in the the sides of the tongue.
How are you feeling? Like in general, like confidence wise.
50%. Whether I can make it.
So there's only two more. There's only two more. But anyway, my question for here is just what are some of the most recent geology courses that you've taught here, if anyone's interested in taking one, or just not just geology courses, any courses.
Hold on, got the burning going.
Yeah, yeah.
I might be maxed out now. Yeah, I feel like my tongue is swelling up.
Yeah.
So, wow. The recent courses I've taught are, I'm going to get some water. More
no shame
water.
in that. Yeah, no shame in that.
I don't want to teach any geology courses these days because there are adjunct instructors who rely on that income. So I've been teaching some honors classes. And students in the honors program take what they call legacies classes, which explore whatever the instructor wants to explore. So I've done 2 classes where we explore something about how volcanoes impacted something about humanities. The last one was looking at the eruption of Mount Vesuvius in AD 79 and how that preserved Pompeii, the city of Pompeii, and how we know about a lot of Roman culture because of that. And right now I'm teaching a class where we're looking at the eruption of Mount Tambora in 1815, Mount Tambora in Indonesia. That resulted in 2 years of below average global temperatures. So low, temperatures got so low that crops failed throughout the northern hemisphere. Created the year without a summer, created a lousy summer in Europe. The weather was so bad that people were forced to stay inside. The lucky people had food. Among the people who were wealthy enough to have food but couldn't do what they planned was Mary Shelley and Percy Shelley and Lord Byron, who had planned to go boating around Lake Geneva. But the weather was so bad they couldn't go boating, so Lord Byron challenged them to each write a scary story. And so Mary Shelley wrote Frankenstein as a result. So we wouldn't have the book Frankenstein if not for the eruption of Mount Tambora.
A natural
And so
cause and effect.
that's what this class is exploring now. Yeah.
That's a very obvious cause and effect, right? Volcano erupts.
Yeah.
A classic novel is born. I get it.
Yeah. I call it the volcano that created a monster. That's the name of the class.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
Yeah. Okay.
You ready? We're good. Guys, he's doing good. He's doing good, right? He's doing good. He's doing good. That's a tough sauce. That's a tough sauce.
Yeah.
Spoilers, I'm just letting you know. So, number 9, my favorite pepper company named Puckerbutt. They have the chocolate plague, which is not a sweet sauce or anything. It's just a brown reaper that they call the chocolate reaper. So the Puckerbutt chocolate plague comes in at like almost 700,000. So we'll just do like a kind of a fast-paced back and forth deal, okay? Just to get some.
If I have the breath for it,
yeah,
sure.
Right. So just to get to know you better. Favorites.
You're gonna love it. If you like tapatio, come back.
The story behind Puckerbutt actually is the guy behind it. I forgot his name. I think he created a reaper stronger than the hottest pepper on the planet, and his competitor took that, made a hybrid to make even hotter. First guy, Puckerbutt guy, says, I actually knew you were going to do that. I had a backup pepper this whole time. And so they made like the 3 hottest peppers in like a very short amount of time. We could always get that sauce. There is a sauce that has all 3 of them in there. I don't have that on the lineup, so don't worry.
I'm good with that. It sounds like from Princess Bride. What you don't know is I'm not left-handed.
Yeah. So for this one, just favorites. So I'm just going to knock out like categories. Here we go. Favorite band.
Favorite band, John Butler Trio.
Favorite TV show.
Favorite TV show. Favorite TV show, Only Murders in the Building.
Favorite book.
Cannery Row.
I just read that for the first time and went to Canterbury Row like 2 years ago. Anyway, favorite U.S. city?
Favorite U.S. city? San Francisco.
Bias. Favorite food?
Tacos.
Favorite sports team?
I'm going to beg out of that. I do not follow any sports team.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I watch World Cup soccer when it comes around. I watch Olympics when it comes around. Other than that, I don't watch any
Okay,
sports.
so international stuff is good. Favorite movie? I don't think I said movie.
Favorite movie? I'll go with Darjeeling Limited.
That's an underrated movie.
It's a great movie. Or Big Fish.
Is that with Ewan McGregor?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on. Doing a little mop up from the last one still.
You're rocking it. So number 10 is the Apollo, made by The Last Dab, who actually does the YouTube show that we can't say. It's from New York City. So here we go.
I'm still in recovery mode.
Yeah, where are we at? 2.5 million Scoville, I think.
Did you eat it?
No.
Oh, me neither. Yeah, I did.
Come on, Danny, you got this.
You can do it. Can we do synchronized?
Yeah.
Here we go.
I'm going to scrape off what I can here.
You got this.
Oh, that hurts.
You can do it, Danny.
I don't know. Hold on.
You know, I realized I forgot to do the last dab that I put on it. So, you want a little extra?
No.
Okay. I'll do my extra late. Oh, yeah, not a good plan. You made a good decision.
You got this, Danny.
Yeah. So, now that the fire is burning through you, you've been a world traveler, you've traveled a whole bunch, it's like your main thing. Give me a top 5, ranked from number 5 to number 1 of your favorite countries that you've visited.
5, huh?
Top 5.
Let me think.
Yeah.
I have to start at number 1 and go down.
Okay. I'm suddenly having a worse time.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll go with at number 5, I'll say Indonesia. Number 4, New Zealand. Number 3, Vietnam. 5, 4, 3, 2, Croatia, and 1, Italy.
Number 1 is Italy. It's
Oh,
my
yeah.
wife's favorite country too. Okay, man. Well, Danny, we made it through, throwing down 10 really hot sauces like it was nothing.
No, it was not nothing.
Because of that, I'll give you 30 seconds to speak your mind, talk about whatever you want. This is your chance to shine. You got the spotlight. Go ahead. I'm out.
Whatever I want.
Whatever you want.
Okay.
Anything.
I just want to thank the College of Science faculty and staff. The quality of education provided here just blows me away. Students should be so thankful here.
We did it. Good job, Danny.
Wow.